Right, we are indeed back, and we are in Jamaica Plain once again. I've been doing a little bit of work here. And we're getting closer to this area being finished. Let's go into build mode. Yeah, we're getting closer to Jamaica Plain being finished. I'll run through a couple of the things that I have done since the last time we were here. And I've been getting some of the animation markers in as well. This build is incredibly over the limit. So I don't know if I'm going to be adding too much more to it. We'll get what's needed in, and then we'll go from there. Rosie Sunball and Grab in the chat already. Howdy. Am I sick again? Is it that obvious, Grab? Yes. Is it the hoarse voice? Sounds like a stuffy nose. It is a stuffy nose and a sore throat, Grab. Okay, so we want to hit that and that. So one of the big things was I finished up the wall around the entire area. I will go around the entire perimeter and show you what we did. So we had the start of this one that actually went across here. I have moved where the main gate is here. So the diner, which is now cleaned up, and has some animation markers in, is technically outside of the settlement, but it's right near the front gate. This whole section outside of the settlement, we have one house outside here, which I need to do a little detailing in. The rest of it, I have just followed this fence along. Made sure the height is the correct height. Blocked in using some of the houses as part of the wall as well. Taking that all the way along here. All the way along, we need to do a little detailing on the wall itself. We have our second gate here. And then change up the wall type around here to mix it up a little bit. And especially because we are using part of the brick wall anyway. So follow that around. Back at the church. Hatched in this a little bit. Boarded up the windows and the holes in the wall. All that sort of stuff. More wall. More wall. And then joins up back to what was originally there. On the other side. So the whole thing's fenced in now. So that was, that took quite a while getting it all in. We have moved where the bus was. So that the road, the main walkway, is nice and clear. And that was primarily because I put the trader caravan post over here. They were getting stuck on the bus. So I've moved that roughly back to where it was. In front of the bus stop. It's still a chem store. So we've got like a little chem den going here. Little animation markers. Visual stuff around there as well. What else did I get done? I've gone around for the most part and cleared out the majority of the garbage. There's a few little areas where it's accumulated like here. They'll probably stay. Not entirely sure why I can't place this. There we go. But along the roads have been mainly cleared out. I have got my main crop area here. And there's a few little bits like that dotted around. So we've got some potatoes. We've got some raised grain. You know, some of the other stuff over here. Some animation markers as well, so the settlers will go and work there as well. Again, I've got a couple of things in place. So, like, there would be a pathway here, but it's not quite built yet. So it is going to be something that's under construction. So this guy that would be here will be hammering down some of the foundations. And then down at the bottom, you've got these guys digging out... Well, this guy, because it's one, but this guy digging out the garbage here. So if we can get all the settlers in, that'll look really good. Alongside that, we have cleared out this house. I need to put some furniture in, all that sort of stuff. Some additional crops in the front garden. The church cum clinic has now been detailed. We've got some of the furniture in, some of the detailing. I made a small start on upstairs, but there's not actually that much up here. This will be the bedroom for the doctor. We've got a little beam post across here with some wiring. Easier to go up and out. Up here, we've still got the little lookout tower. I'll probably stick a guard marker up here. I don't know if they'll actually be able to make their way up here. So let's try and get that in. Yeah, it's an extremely big settlement with the expanded mod. Like I said, I've gone massively over the build size, and we have the extender on as well, and I've still gone over that. Which is why I'm going to try and trim it down just a little bit now, get the basics in. Yeah, just a guard mat, maybe. Yeah, mat, lean back, lean left. Sit cross-legged on the ground. Let's pop that up here. If that works. Sat there. And then he'll be covering this whole area. Now, I'll be muting the mic every now and then. I need to cough or sneeze. If I miss that, I do apologize. What else did we get done? All the street lamps that went bust, I've replaced with ones that we can power up, and then they've all got their own little makeshift battery next to them. They're also attached to my solar power switch pylon night activation. So at 6 PM, all the street lamps turn on by themselves. I thought it was a nice little feature. I have detailed the graveyard here. Put in a little fence for the pre-war house. So I made sure to put the fence in. We have removed some of the fence that would have been destroyed. Then we've got a couple of other bits that are on the floor. We have our post-war graves that we've started to go into the garden over here. And then we've filled up the space within these. I have detailed the pre-war graves so they're overgrown. So there's a clear distinction between the old and the new ones. Alongside the detailing with the brambles, I've done that pretty much anywhere where there was a large open area that we're not going to be doing crops on. So down this sort of thing, around and about trees. We have the animation markers dotted around on the houses that are boarded up, so it looks like they're actually being boarded up. We have cleared out the car park here and put in some shacks. I'll get a couple more houses in there. Probably need a little bit more residential, but we still do have the shantytown thing over there. We haven't really done anything with that, so we might be taking a look at that today. And then again, furniture in here and all that sort of stuff will be fine. Loads of little animation markers dotted around. This guy is a little floaty off the ground at the minute, so move him back down. Yeah, people working, people cleaning, huddling around the fire, sleeping in front of the fire, dog meats, resting around, people sitting reading, just to make the place look a little more lively, you know, when we do actually get settlers in here. I have a little more detailing around outside the shops. Crops in there, that's fine. Little guard towers over here. That's fine. The main building to this is the bar. Right. Oh, I have this here because of the blood marks on the floor. Yeah, we detailed this up. We've got the chairs in place. Got a few people sitting down there. They should sit on the chairs anyway. I don't know if we'll have anyone up on the stage. We probably should. So we have a microphone, we have a guitar and a piano. There's also a couple of poles here. So, entertainment for all. We do a little bit more here. Tabling. Upstairs we have the inn. These are just several rooms with random animation markers in there. Random little things. People sitting down, people laying down. We also have animation markers set up for someone to be kicking the door here, and then someone to be booting the door down. A lot of people hanging around here. We have a deco wall that shouldn't be there. Get rid of that. And we have the forbidden locked metal door room, which we showed this off before. There's some rad roaches. Got around nice clean apartment here. So we got that. Some money. Color in the bathtub. Now upstairs here we have more plants, more that sort of stuff. Oh yeah, we've done the fair wax since the last time. So I think what we need to do, and I'll probably do this with some of the settlements now, is get ourselves, if I can remember where it is. We want the recruitment radio beacons in. If we can start getting settlers in, that'll be fantastic. So I don't really need a permanent area for this. So we'll just pop this down any old way for now. Pop that there. We will get it powered up. Right, so people should start coming here. We have 37 water, 151 power. Apparently defense is 0, but that's because no one's assigned to the markers yet. Food, same reason. But we definitely have food. I need to top up anything. It's probably defense. So we have those markers. But the gates themselves are quite vulnerable at the minute. So I don't like to slap turrets down all over the place. But I think a turret per gate is probably reasonable. First person in, and they've assigned themselves to defense. Yeah, a turret per gate, I think, is very reasonable. Just getting the positioning as to where we want that. And a stand we want. Do we have anything in CVC? We want CVC, resources, defense. There we go. Yeah, we'll go for the turret pole for these. I think it fits in quite nicely with these. Especially if we increase the size. We need one of these. We'll go for the machine gun free shot. That'll be an instant 10. Yeah, I want to see settlers in and start assigning themselves. So settlements start to come to life. Can we make this bigger? Big old turret. Pretty much the size of the circle. Yeah, that covers a wide range. What is the car over the way doing over there? Hence now up to 16 person. I don't know where the settler is. He was around here. I saw him literally a second ago. I placed a turret and now he's gone. Okay, next gate. It'll be 3 turrets then. But my defense. Yeah, I want to keep the defense more for the guard positions. I think I'm going to do the same with this, you know. This fit into one of these. Increase it. There. 3 shot turret. Let's go for 3 shot laser on this one. Pop you there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think these have 360 degrees movement. That's defense up to 26. And then this one, I think I have a stand for a turret already over here. I do. We can do a standard turret over on this one then. Mark 7, goddamn. Yeah, let's get this fella here. Let's actually shrink him down a little bit. Little fella. Little fella. Very good. Yeah, alongside that we have... we should have, like, guard markers here. Guard, mat, stand. And again... I hope I've got that the right height so that they're looking through here. Defense 34. People 1. Oof. Little stuttering. The performance doesn't tank when we get a lot of settlers in. Is he somehow stuck in this building? I'm going to have to do a little bit of, like, maintenance once we get settlers in to find out where they're getting stuck, how that can be fixed. I think this fella's trying to get to the marker up there. I'll reassign him. Good lord, man, what's wrong with his face? Ferret's here. Howdy, ferret. How did he even get up here? Oh, I think that probably answered it. Very good. I think we should assign him to food instead. Now that I have the turrets up. Let's assign him to the corn instead. Get that food going up because that should pull more people here. I assume he'll teleport out at some point. I'm going to let the day-night cycle go tonight so that we see these street lamps go on. Yeah, he'll teleport down when I'm away. Get a little bit more detail in. A couple of houses that are locked up again. Someone else here kicking a door in. I still think that the sort of vibe of Freeside / Good Neighbor is inspiration for this place. Especially with, like, the little room up there where there's some shenanigans going on. Little chem dealer area. Just little things like that. What else do we do? We have all this debris. It's collapsed building. We'll have the settlers here working to remove the rest of the rubble. So I have markers where they're shuffling around in the rubble, where they're taking down the wall. We got some trolleys here with garbage in that's going to be part of this. Like I said previously in one of the streams, I like to make the settlements look like they're actively being lived in, worked on, maintained, upgraded. Channel you've watched, stay working here. It's a pretty nifty settlement with the expanded build size mod on, because it actually feels like I say a city. It's not a city, obviously. It feels like a settlement. The wide open streets, several buildings to work on. What did I do over here? Oh, we have the ghouls here. I need to get rid of those. I'm pretty sure I got rid of these, so on the assumption they probably respawn, I may need to make a note of that. This fella hanging over the edge. But yeah, detailing. What I've been doing, I've just been whizzing around the streets, looking at what needs doing, and then just doing it. So the majority of the streets are clean. And I will be putting gates on these doors right at the very end. So like I took the grass out of the road. I left a little bit over here, but put the animation marker in. Little things like that. I've been patching the roads as well. So we'll do the same again. Let's get rid of this. Leave that big one in there. Those work. Weed picking. Just have that there. Surprised we haven't had more people join, to be honest. Just the one fella. It is indeed free real estate. Back of the shop here. We got. Why is the mannequin head here? I'm gonna get rid of that. I don't know why the mannequin's head was outside. That's a little spooky. Okay, let me turn that off. I think the street lamps have come on now. Time are we? Yeah, 7 PM. All the street lamps should be on. It's kind of hard to see this time because there's still sunlight. Take that off. Net game hour 2. We'll do, I don't know, 1 in the morning. I'm not playing with the Dark Knight mod so we can actually see. So yeah, just having all the different light sources, just enough to illuminate a few areas. And then you've got your random little gas lanterns and fire barrels. The blue people are NPC markers, Ferret. When we have settlers in here, they will idle around and get into the position here and start doing whatever the action is. So we'll have people randomly come up to this fire barrel and look to warm their hands. We've got people resting against posts and walls. People hammering. We got dog meat sniff markers. Stuff like that. We've got Urky here as well, howdy. Welcome to everyone tuning in, by the way. Let me change this back to daylight so I can see what I'm doing. So let me run through all the required things in the shops and the like. So food, we are more than sorted for food. Water, we could probably use a little bit more if I'm going to get any more in, as I've got a few sneaky little things up here like this. Water silo. We also have the occasional water pump. It's probably going to be more pumps, but then at the same time, we do have a big old water source over here. So I'm going to make use of this. We'll get this in right now. This is water. Go for one of these. Let's go for that. But we'll make it, like, real small. That's another 25. So that's water up to 62. I think 62 water is more than enough. Power is through the roof. I don't need to worry about that. The fence, again, we have all those markers. Beds are tagged as 18. Now, I looked at something earlier on to see how many settlers you can have. And let me see what it says. And I will read it verbatim. In Fallout 4, the maximum number of settlers a settlement can hold is determined by a charisma stat plus 10, plus an additional 10 for Vault 88. This means that the theoretical maximum, including all possible buffs, is 68 settlers. However, game performance may suffer significantly with such a large population. I've never had a settlement get anywhere near 68 settlers. So I don't know the legitimacy of that. I always figured it was around 20, but it just means I need to make sure that there's enough beds. Also, we have a lot tagged already as beds in the inn. We need to make sure each of the shops have got their own little bedroom for the shopkeeper. Have the houses over here. So I think I'll just put in as many beds as is realistically possible. And just overcompensate, just in case we do end up getting a ridiculous amount of settlers. If that 68 is legitimate, that would be fantastic for a settlement like this. Because a lot of these animation markers will actually be being used. Now, the design of the houses and the like will probably just throw down any old garbage. Yeah, anything really. Whatever's here. He is indeed, yes. And then we'll do a little decorational stuff as well. So, yeah, you could probably get a couple in here. I'll go over the top. Couple. A sleeping pillow. That's. Go back to the standard ones. Go ground again. I don't mind having a lot of them on the ground. We'll have some that aren't. Low tier housing. Which, looking at it, there's a bit of groundwork in here, so raise it up just a little bit. Do we need a step? We should probably put a step in there just to be safe. There we go. Right, beds in those. We'll get all the decorational stuff and the additional furniture in afterwards. Let's just focus on the beds for now. This. We got what's going to be the bedroom here. Beds. Double beds. Go for a double. Let's move this. we go. Right, that's a double for you. We said we were going to get one in here upstairs. Let me just zoom in. Yeah, we'll just go for a standard bed. I hope they can make their way up here. And we'll just stick that there. What, 27? The dilapidated house over here, that's fine. What did I put here? Oh, just a marker for someone to sleep on the ground, that's fine. We have the weapons and armor store, which is like next to what's going to be the owner's house for that. We have big old room in here. We could probably get a double bed. And we get bunk bed in here. We can get a bunk bed in here. That's fantastic. Let's go ahead and make sure we're putting this the correct way. Get a double bed put in this little alcove area. Very cool. Do we want any more beds in here, or is it going to be more decorational? I think we could go for more decorational in here. I feel like the... well, I guess we have this area as well, thinking about it. Let's put another bed here. There's two separate rooms. And we'll go for single... 30 beds. Yeah, I'll get like a pool table up there or something. Yeah, don't worry, it's okay. Right, what other buildings do we have that are open? We have the shop, which the owner goes upstairs. We already have a bed in here. Very good. I'm gonna go ahead and make this a double bed. That there. Was I going to split this into two? Split this into two rooms. So let's put another one over there. And then I'll put a wall down here. So that's those. We have this split into two as well. I'll go for another double. Counts as two beds, but only one settler will use it at a time. Yeah, I'm fine with that. So we've got one down there, and then up here. Part of this house. I think I was going to wall this off into two as well. Which is why I made this separate entrance. So, another two bedrooms. We'll go with that, and we'll go with that. We've got a little lore here. Okay, that doesn't fit in there nicely, so we'll just pop that there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I walled this off as well. Maybe I didn't. This is what, 39 beds? So let's patch this in. Alright, that's the majority. We need gap fillers for the top bits. So patch these in. I'll leave a little bit of a hole up there. Jamaica Plain. Okay, I've been working on Jamaica Plain for several episodes. We've been doing a little bit here and then going off and doing other stuff and then coming back. We'll wall board that up. That's this bit separated then. Back around here. We go in the roof. Patch that in. Bed's there. Very good. The actual entrance to that. So what was one house I've turned into what? 1, 2, 3 separate rooms. One of which has a downstairs as well. Right, bear me just 2 seconds. And we're back. Yeah, 39 beds. I mean, if we aim for, say, I don't know, 60, that's a hell of a lot more beds I need to actually get back in, so... Where else can we get some more beds? I know I have a couple over here in this house, so I'm going to make this house like, I'll call it like a jet den. Psycho den. Because it's on the outside. So, a lot of floor beds, I think. Yeah, let's get one of those. Oh, that's too easy, Sumble. Edge ground. We'll have a sleeping pillow. A pallet as a bed. Have them all dotted around the outside. Pallet as a bed. Well, I don't know which way is the top. Apparently that's the top. Let's pop that there. That'd be pretty funny to see someone do that. We also have sleep on the ground. An option. Let's have one of those. Have a couple of those dotted in. D6. Make a makeshift little shack area at the back as well, maybe. I mean, you say settlers. So, settler at the minute. Just the one fella. I don't know how frequently the settlements pull in new settlers. But this feels especially slow. Like we should have a bed near here. Odd. We should definitely put some of the makeshift ones in. In fact, I know exactly where we're going to be able to get a lot of the beds. Over in the shanty town. Perfect area to actually use some of these shanty-looking beds. Perfect to use these. Load of pallets and a mattress. Perfect. Pop that right there. Cupboard bed. Wow, man, you're back. come around for additional detailing after. We have a park bench that counts as a bed. Right, well, we actually have some park benches dotted around, so I'm going to replace a couple of these. Won't do all of them, because some of them I will want the settlers to actually just sit down on, but we'll have some hobo benches. Actually, outside the bar. Beautiful. Yeah, just a couple outside the bar and then one over there. How we doing, Anomaly? We're doing good. Alright, we have... Wait a minute, we have a shack here. How the hell do I get into this shack? All around here, I need to make an entranceway to this. Well, I struggled to get into it, let alone the NPCs, wow. Okay, I need to make sure to add that. Got a sleeping bag, doghouse here already. Let's get whatever that is. There as well. Yeah, I can really afford to just throw these down here in the shanty town. Meet the bed there. God, this place is hard to navigate. We're up to 60 beds. So, yeah, I think the rest are going to be going in here. We have some sofa beds as well. Little addition. Added mattress. Got the outside bed. We've got another room over here. A room. Alright, so mattress there. I've got a few more of the sofa beds around. I'm going to get it up to 68. Just based on that information. And then, nice, if you can get up to 68 settlers, you're playing the game very efficiently. Very efficiently. Got around the existing houses. That can stay as that. Technically need 4 more. Go to this one. Yeah, where else can we have a couch? In here. Places are gonna need couches. Yeah, someone to sleep in the bar. Why not? I'll have... No, I want a sofa in here. Yeah, we'll have a sofa in here. Go for one of these, though. Go for the bottom. There we go. 68 beds. Wow. We throw a save. Build it. Maybe. Right, so that's now the required items at the top. Hopefully covered. More than covered within the case of the beds. I'm going to run through the stores to see if we have enough stores and all of the stores. So General trader we have here. We then have armor and weapons. They're both sorted. Food and drink. We have the bar for a drink. And then we have the diner over there for more food as well. Clinic-wise, we have 2 assigned. We have our little chem dealer in the bus. We have a standard clinic over here as well. Clothing. We have in this little building over here. Which, yeah, we'll keep both those signs on. So that's all the shops. Workbench-wise, we should probably get one of each of the workbenches in, at the very least. So I don't believe I have any in. If I do, if any, it'll be cooking workbenches. But yeah, one of each at the very least. PVC cooker. Yeah, we've got a cooking bench over there. So yeah, at least one of them. The modded stuff like ammunition, maybe not too much. I'm talking your vanilla workbenches. One of each of those. And then anything else is a bonus. So let's see. Weapon and armor would definitely go in here if we haven't already got one down. We have decorational ones. Do these work? CBC weapons workbench. Let me see. No, these don't work. It's just purely decorational. Okay. Kinda wish they worked, because I like all the additional decoration on them. How are we doing, Bishop? So I will get another one of each of those in. I could even just put them on the outside here against this wall. Like down here. Maybe a little platform for them. So, on the workbench. Not really the only one. Weapons workbench. We have the compact ones as well, but I don't know how well they work. Let me have a look. I can't even see this thing. Yeah, I don't know if people are going to know what that is. Workbench. Get that in. There. I got this fella reading. Scrap that for now, and then we'll reposition him. So we're not clipping into the floor. Move it on along. Kind of hate the fact it's just floating a little bit, and then it's going to be in the ground. So, let me see. Let me move that down. But we're still going to be able to use that. Yep, you can use that efficiently. And you can use that efficiently. Very good. To make sure they work. Move along, sir. Back into the build mode, please. We have a cooking workbench already. Chem station. I'm pretty sure I stuck one of these in the clinic. We stuck a medical workbench in. It's decorational. So, rather than that, then let's get an actual chem bench near the junkies, near the dealerino fellas. Because I have a decorational one here. Let's get rid of this. Let's put an actual workbench in here instead. Fella sat next to it. Let's... We don't want to move him. We want to move this. Move that a little further back. We can use this. Move along, sir. Come out of that, please. I'll get an additional cooking bench as well. I can have more than one, but as long as we have one of each. The modded ones I won't necessarily put in. Now, if I stick that on there, am I going to be able to use that? Or is it going to glitch out? No, I can use that. That makes use of the campfire here as well. Beautiful. I think that might be all of them then. So I'm going to do what I've just done here. Over in Sanctuary Hills. I've done a little work over in Sanctuary as well. So we'll pop over there in just a moment. Check that place out. So, cooking stove, that's fine. Explosives is modded stuff. Weapons is in. The Nuka-Cola stuff, I never really like building these. So we'll leave those out. Save that for Nuka World. Those down. We'll throw a save and then we'll head over to Sanctuary and I'll show you what I've done there. Still bits and bobs left to do. But I feel like this place is now like 90% done. Big thing now is going to be getting those settlers in, so... Let's get out of here. I have actually put a settler beacon down here. I don't actively have Preston and the crew here, though, so should probably get those at some point. Let me change the time. Oh yeah, Cosworth's there, that's fine. So, what did I do since the last time? I made a change to the street lamps here, I know that. I have them now powered up. Before I had hanging lanterns, just like strapped to the side of them. I decided against that, and we have them powered up with batteries now. I still have this here, though. We have a fellow working on the lamp as if he's trying to set up this one, because this one isn't powered. Big changes come from the new house placements. We have fully fenced in this area. We have barricaded off a lot of the houses into this bit, which allows this internal area to be crops as well. Yeah, the markers work, okay. I need to get more settlers in so we can see if all of them do. But I've seen NPCs go to them now. Yeah, we rebuilt the collapsed houses. I have, however, decided to not actually build within those houses. And I have in turn blocked them off. We're going to go in the law reason that they're private houses, and so they have been locked by the residents. And that was done for the technical reason that I don't think that these player houses are nav meshed. I don't think the settlers will actually walk inside them. So we'll still decorate the outside of them. But I don't really see the point of doing the internals if they're not actually going to walk around them. So all the houses that are usually collapsed down have been rebuilt but sealed off. The ones that are usually there, I've started to make them look a little bit more lived in. I don't know why there's a Brahmin in here, but, you know, it's just vibrating away there. That's fine. So, so I put some beds in the rooms. I think I have assigned, law-wise, certain houses to certain settlers. So I think this was Marcy and June living here. So there's a double bed. Who else? Who else did we get done? We have. I think this one's going to be Mama Murphy's. I didn't get anything done with this. And I don't think I'm going to do too much with Mama Murphy's one until I have her quest to make her chair. This was rando at the minute. We need to assign either Sturgis or Preston. We have the playhouse over here, which I've done a little work on. I'll show that in a second. And then again, we have left over either Sturgis or Preston. Sturgis or Preston. Let's get rid of those. So they all need a little bit of work. Then random settlers will be able to go wherever. Right, the player house. I've spent the most detailing on. I should detailed up the kitchen and the like. We've got a few animation markers for people to stand around and drink coffee and read. We've got dog meat markers all over the place. We have this decorated up with magazines and beer. Supplies. We have magazine rack for those that are collectors. We've got a couple of workbenches dotted around here. Just making use of the space. We have more workstations and bedrooms with some more decoration. We then have... I've left this room like this with Sean's crib in. And then, like, I say this is a room where Nathan Nora just comes and sits down and just gets drunk. We've got some weapon racks. All that sort of stuff. At the crop. So, yeah, 4 people have arrived here already. What are we on? 6 food assigned. Water's 75, so that should be fine. Power's fine. Defense. Again, we've got a lot of markers in place. Turret-wise, do I only have any set down? We have this guy over here. I don't know why, but the trade caravan post doesn't seem like it's designed to actually accommodate a Brahmin. Good job, team. What do we got? We got a turret up here. This is only Mark 1. We're going to be replacing that turret, hopefully with something a little better. Mark 1 again. Okay, I guess Mark 1's meant to be. Right, but that's technically not the only way in here. We said we were going to go for, like, a turret per entrance. And I would say that there's technically 3. We have the main area, we have the back area, and then you can get across the water over there. So, turret-wise, I don't want any of those. Go to the CVC ones for this as well. Bruzy's here, howdy. The stand going to be better, or do we want the circular one again? Do we have anywhere where we can strap it to? This, on the other hand, fits quite nicely alongside that. A little short. We make it bigger. Not going to be enough if we lower it down. Lower it down, see if it goes into the floor. Probably going to be in the floor. Yeah, that's in the ground. And we'll go for one of these. We'll go for standard machine gun turret. And increase it again. That should cover the bridge area. Right over there. Then you can technically get into the settlement. And I think there's a raider spawn down here for getting attacked, but you can technically get in across this way. I mean, you could cross the whole thing, but there's technically a walkable path down here, so probably attached to this house. Thinking about it. So one of these. And we'll raise it up. Out there. Let's move it across. So it's within that. And then we'll probably go for a standard turret again. This time we'll go for a heavy machine gun one. Shrink it down again. And that should cover, like, this whole area. So that and the settlers that have assigned themselves to defense has already pushed it up to 37. If we need anything here, it's going to be beds then. Looking at that increased size. Where is this Brahmin trying to get to? Why is it trying to get into the house? I don't know why it's doing that. Yeah, food's at 6, but we have a fair amount ready for other settlers to assign to. We have the back garden here full of moot fruit. Same with this one. We have a load of razor grain around the tree. We then have some crops on the roof here. We'll probably need a little bit more. And I think we'll utilize some of the other gardens for that. So I think what I'll do now, based on the numbers at the top, go around like what we did before and get beds in all the houses that can use them. So we have a settler on the roof. Settler on the roof. We have the general trader there outside the entrance. We have a clinic as the first thing when you get in. So within the clinic, we have technically a bed there for a patient. Another 2 there for patients. Put the bed in here already. We've got another one there. Surgery room and then storeroom. This house is full. The general trader. We can definitely get a couch bed in, so pop that there. Replace the couch with sleepable couch. Intense Brahmin noises right now. Tried to stick with whatever one it was, so pop that there. Storage room there. We need a little bit of work done to this. There are some elements in here, even with the extra objects selected, that for whatever reason I can't scrap. This is why we've decided this is going to be the general store. I don't know why, even with scrap everything, there are some elements in Sanctuary that we can't scrap. But we just got to roll with it. So, what's the top of the bed? Top of the bed is that way around. So we'll go with one in that room. One in this room. We have the sofa bed here, so that's technically 3 beds in here. I'll have the trade counter sort of here when I get that in. I guess we can get a double bed in here as well. Maybe 2. I don't know, for the guards or something. Yeah, it's a shame because we've got all like the tiles down here that get in the way. It just becomes like, where can I stick beds? Where we're not really actively going to be doing stuff, so... What's that count as? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 in this one house, so that's pretty good. Don't really want anyone sleeping outside in this place. It kind of goes against Sanctuary. Is this guy stuck? Do you need help? Is he even assigned to anything? I need to get the terminal to assign people. I thought they were a little bit better at assigning themselves, but apparently not. Apparently not. Doubles again. Move that right up. Have and a double here. Technically the bathroom. Again, I need to go around all the settlements to make sure we have outhouses and the like. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here. We could do the couch as well. I think it just makes for a nice, easy, easy free bed in the couch ones. Let's set this up roughly then. So we'll have chair there. We'll have ottoman there. That there. I went to the red sofa stall. That's another one done. I think we already did that. What do we got here? Oh, I barricaded this one up. I had a rationale as to why I did that. I think there were some elements in there that I couldn't scrap that were getting in the way. So we barricaded this one up. It collapsed in upon itself and it was just unsalvageable. So for now, let's just pop that there. I'll probably turn all the sofas into sofa beds. Office couch, black sofa if we have it. If not, we'll do one that's similar. Similar-ish. And then in there, a couple of sofas, workbenches. What have we got in here? We've got an empty room. And we've got a room with chem station in. Let's, we're going to have this as the universal room to use stuff. Let me pop that there for now. These rooms as bedrooms. Let's get a couple of ground ones. Yeah, this middle room's literally like storage room, temporary accommodation for anyone coming, little bunkhouse sort of thing. So just some temporary mattresses on the floor. That's fine. Player house I won't do anything with. And another couch to be had. Everyone really did go to the red sofa shop in Sanctuary. So we have that. We want a double bed in here. What are we up to? 31 beds. Double bed. We have bathroom. We'll probably just go for 2 double beds in here, actually. 2 doubles like that. So, with that in mind, and obviously I have these houses earmarked for the Preston crew. Now we can actually get in here. As I said, this was Jun and Marcy, but I've also put beds in the other rooms. I figure with it being a house, I'd sort of rent out the rooms. Perhaps have to come from somewhere. They do indeed. Oh, I put the flag out here. I think this might have been Preston's house. Goose. Again, we'd say the same. They all sleep in whatever beds they want anyway. I don't think you can assign people a specific bed. If I'm wrong on that, let me know. But like if this is Preston's place, so it definitely have the clean, organized beds. Those in there. I'll go over the top and fit too many in, but that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in the house again. And that's got us up to 42. You could like, I mean, we'll get a couch in here as well. That'll be another one. You could just convert the whole of this into just sleeping area. You can assign them to beds, okay. Why have I never done that? Well, that'll make this really thematic then. Well, I'm going to give this a different colour sofa because all the other ones are red. Let me do it blue because, you know, Preston the Minutemen and what have you. You can. I never knew that. I've probably done it. Maybe. What are we up to? 43 beds? We'll potentially make one of these houses more of a barracks then. Perhaps get some more custom housing in. I do kind of want to stick to just the standard houses. Just like your own bed. I know there's mods that add beds in that are player only. Have any of. Okay, I might switch this house up then and make it... Let's make this house more of a barracks. Just have a load of beds in here. Just bunk beds for the most part. Get nice and easy. Oh, this cold's killing me. Let's get these in. Hey, Sumble, did you get Lorem working, Sumble? You said you were having issues with the download. Did you get that fixed? Fixing the mattress types. Three's too much, yeah. We'll just keep it as the 2 in there. 1 in there. Have 1 here. And then we'll probably get a little bit in the room as well. We'll split the living room up just a little bit. Kitchen area over there. Do we need a kitchen area in every house? I don't know if we do. Let me put these outside for now. I like to use the items that are already there. I guess we have the barbecue. So let me store these. Get rid of this. Get rid of this and rid of that. We barricade that door. Yeah, just make it a barracks, it's fine. Yeah, if I barricade this door up, we can get, let's say, another 2 in. Yeah, just like that. And that should counter for a lot of the additional beds. That's up to 52. I don't know if I need to go up to like 60, but... yeah, all the other houses are going to have usable kitchens. I'll do a lot of detailing in the other ones, like what I did for the player home. Block this wall off. I'll go with this one. Make sure that looks okay from behind. Seems fine. You don't know where the decorational item is for that. Obviously, we'll block the walls in as well. Is to get a 1-star on Yelp. I love the idea of a post-apocalyptic Yelp. Yeah, there was only 2 red roaches in my mattress. 4 out of 5 stars. Blocking this up a little bit. Privacy between the 2 bits. Go. Gives this a little bit more space. Which, thinking about it, let's... that there like that. 8-night stack. Great protein. A little bit more just to block this bit off as well. Just give it a little bit more privacy for them. Yeah, just pop that there, that's fine. Yeah, we'll fill those holes in, don't worry about that. Let's throw a save. I'm using a mod to increase the salary cap. I am not, no, Gruzy. I am just making sure that we have got a surplus of beds. I think 52 will be fine for Sanctuary. Sweet Jesus. Alright, so let's run through the houses as we go through. We have general store, several beds in there. We have clinic, technically several beds in there. We have the barracks, lots of beds in there. That's barricaded, it's technically got one. We have just the generic DOS house. Couple in there. One in here. And then several in the rest of them. So that's that clear. Food-wise, yeah, we've got the stuff around there. We've got these here. I think food, we're probably fine. I'll be sticking a little bit more in the gardens where appropriate. They're all kind of closed in anyway. Have a little grave area here for Sean and Nate and or Nora, depending on who you're playing as. A little dog meat markers there as well. I stop at 52 when you can have 100. So, I looked up something earlier, Gruzy, and it said that if you have played efficiently, you have perks and buffs and all that stuff, that you can get up to 68. I don't know the legitimacy to that. But, we'll go for around 50 to 60 beds. And you know, hope for the best. Got some lead paint and asbestos rags over the halls. Oh, you can't go wrong with those asbestos rags, Bishop. See, I went out of my way to do the quest so that I could unlock the trade caravan posts, and this is so incredibly dumb. I mean, is it the positioning of it? Let me move it a little bit. We'll test. I don't know if the Brahmin's trying to get to a specific side, and that's why it's doing it. Fireproofing is a feature. If I eat said rags, would my organs be fireproof? Let me see. Because for how oh my god, this is so incredibly dumb. See, I always figured with this trade caravan post, that the traders... Get rid of this. The traders stand within this area, and the Brahmin stays here. You know, with the whole Brahmin feed bit. I may have to move where this trade caravan post is, or just scrap it entirely. Let's see. Let's see where they reposition themselves. They're incredibly dumb. Okay, so the traders seem fine. Oh, do I need like 20 feet on every side of it, just in case they decide to walk into it? We'll just throw this in the middle of a field. Well, I mean, it can't stay there. I figured opposite the actual trader would be a suitable location for it. May just need to be here. We pop it there and see how we go with that. Who is it? Oh, it's Cricket. Okay. Yeah, we'll see how we go with that. Alright, okay, back to the numbers. Food is fine, it just needs people assigning to them. Water is 75. Primarily because of this purifier we got put in. Connected to the pipework as well. This kind of maybe a little too industrial for Sanctuary, but I'll allow it because we'll have Sturges here. Power's fine, defense is fine, beds is now fine. Unlike Jamaica Plain, I don't need one of every store. A general trader in here makes sense. The clinic makes sense. I don't have need of... Let me go for the other ones. I really don't think we need any more shops. Trader, yes. Armor and weapons, no. Food and drink. Maybe? We can maybe get a little food in. But have it less of a store and more just someone that does a bit of cooking. Let's have a look. Food and drink. I think our standing coffee. You see bar. We've got levels. Level 3 cooking. Someone at a cooking workbench like this. That's what we need. Replace like this. Yeah, that's exactly what we need. Where do we want this? Probably closer to this middle building. Right here. We got a barbecue going already. As to where they sit, I don't know. Let's reposition where some of this stuff is. Position those there. We'll have the cooking bench there. And then the additional barbecue here. Where's the beer? Well, we got a cold one right here, Sumble. We got a little rum as well. So yeah, weapons and armor were a no. Apparel also a no. Let's have a look at the food and drink decoration, because that might be a lot more cold ones. Pop them there. Was this the one with the barbecues? It was indeed. Food racks. Yeah, we get the meat hanging there. Hanging the meat. Food shelf. And then barbecue, we want one of the ones with smoke coming off of it. And that'll be for over here. Now the barbecue, let's get rid of that. Put that there. Very good. We'll need some more animation markers over there as well. Right, so I think that's all the stores. Next on the agenda is the crafting benches. So we should have the majority of them done already. They're kind of just all thrown in here. I don't really like that. So let me go ahead and just put these out here for now. And we'll give them more of a specialized area. So cooking workbench is definitely done. All the houses are probably going to have a cooking workbench in anyway. Over here we have crafting workbench and a player home that's going to allow for multiple crafting. Weapon wise, we'll put it over here. We've got a little bit of like a workshop thing going over here. So maybe both the weapon and armor can go here. Need to shimmy things along just a little bit. Couple of things. There. That along. Oh. Chem bench has got to go into Mama Murphy's house, surely. That there against the post. Yeah, they fit in fine there. Okay, Mama Murphy's house then. We'll go for this house, being Mama Murphy's one. So this should probably go in its own little room. Little chem lab. Mama Murphy's chem lab. I'll get Mama Murphy's chair either in the bathroom area or just in the living room. That's... yeah, still not assigned. I'm gonna really need to get those terminals in. Whatever can. Crafting bench is even... we got some of the custom ones in the player home. Chem one's done. We have... our armor one is where it usually is. Cooking one's done. And that's all we need. Any other one would just be purely decorational. Yep, that's fine. Right, that's all the workstations in. That's a solid save. Up to there. Back into build. So that's like all the utility stuff. Pretty much done. 5 people here. Let me have a look. Where are we going? We want to be in power. And... terminals. Managers. Voltaic population management system. That's what we need, right? I don't know if I'll have these in the settlement permanently. But just to get them assigned while they're just derping around not doing anything. Get one of these. Right, let's see. That Brahmin really is just roaming around. We should make an area for Brahmin here. Yeah, here we go. Find jobs for the unemployed. Yeah, I mean... any of them, really? Assigned to doctor store. 1. The lag on this terminal, was it running like 4 megabytes of RAM? Get the stores done first. None left? None left, okay. Alright, well that should help a little bit. Okay, so yeah, that Brahmin's roaming around. I need to get, like, where are we looking? Resources. Workstations. Nope. Miscellaneous. There we go. Brahmin will tend to stay near there. Yeah, they should be assigned now. That's the 5. So I don't really want the Brahmin coming all the way in. They can go to areas like this. Might be a good area for them. Have them out the front as well. Did he just walk through the wall? I may need to move this wall. I put this here as a whole. The settlers would walk around, go around this way, but I feel like they're just walking through here. Kind of defeats the object of it. Right, that counts as one of those. They're like, feature wise, I'd say that we could use, how many houses are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 houses here. So I'd say at the very most in this settlement, there should only ever be 14 bathtubs. And we'll use those for the Brahmin feed. Like one over here. I know technically you could have more because you could bring them in, but who's transporting bathtubs? He's making his way to it. Let me give you a little helping hand here. There we go. Give him a little hand. Yeah, the Brahmin being there actually makes sense. Lock these off as well. Bathtub salesman. Yeah, I mean, I know what profession I want to get in when the world ends and we're in a nuclear wasteland. I think I can finally fulfill my dream of being a bathtub salesman in the post-apocalypse. Did the Brahmin stop humping the wall? Yeah, sounds like it. Looks like just moving it out is giving it a little bit more room to move around. Just kind of stood there now, which I'm fine with that. There as well. And as well. Bathtub down there. That's a water tub. Obviously, we still have the old playground in here. I'm not going to do too much with that. And then we have this whole open area. Probably just going to do a little bit more decorational stuff here in terms of bushes and trees. All the houses and the stuff on the actual street. You have these free barbecues down here. We could do something with these. Where was it? It was in CVC stores, I think. CVC stores. I'm kind of hoping we have a barbecue like that. Not just the other one. Food and drink deco. Let me have a look. I think it's just the standard ones. I mean, I could replace them. Seed pot. I'll tell you what we could do. Let's put a pot on there. Oh, it might be a little bit too big for this. We'll have one of these active. And I'll try and be creative with it. The shame we can't just have the grill. So yeah, what I'm gonna try and do, I hope this works. The lights. We have a little campfire, right? Bear with me. We shrink it down. I like there. There we go. We're cooking up a nice big old pot of nothing. And then what I'll do with that as well is we'll get the idol. We'll just have someone stood there. Yeah, read a newspaper while we're cooking up a little food. There we go, doing a little barbecue. Maybe 2 seconds. Right. I think it's time to get some more of these NPC markers in. Fish stew. Yeah, we actually have the fish thing. We could get that in. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. There was fish somewhere. I have some in here. Where is that from? CVC food set. Right, we want to be... CVC, decoration. Faces deco. Kitchen, food set. Jesus. Get rid of the pot. Get rid of the pot. We'll put some fish on here. We will get the fish. We'll shrink it down. There we go. That looks a lot better. We'll get some potatoes. We'll have chippy tea. We'll have a chippy tea for it. Brilliant. Right, so an easy one to go for the NPC markers is dog meat ones. I'll place these in all the settlements, assuming that the player character has got dog meat as a follower. But also place them in case anyone leaves dog meat in any of the settlements. So a sniff marker at all of the lampposts as per dog etiquette is a nice easy one. So let's get those in. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to like put a gate at this bit, thinking about it. I guess we could do them at these as well, at the mailboxes. Any sort of post. Dog meat will be marking his territory. Yeah, won't bother with that one. Got tons of dog ones over here already. Make sure they're all like different angles. This fellow just like sniffing. Wow. Have this on the inside. Yeah, we'll leave them off that one in case they collide. Alright, that should be all the dog meat sniffs that we need for this area. We have dog meat at the bar. We'll be able to get these in several locations. I think the window might be a little too high. Not in here. Dog meat up on the bar in the doctor's office. Very hygienic. Let's do that. to the side there. We're doing it inside the trading shop. Oh, are we going to have the trader stood at the window? I don't know if I placed that in already. Probably not. Too high again. Me at the bar. Yeah, we're done in there already. Right there. Fine. We got a bar in here. We've already done dog meat in there. That might be all the dog meat ones we want to put in. Got a couple more for him to rest. Over that house already. I won't place these in areas that aren't fully designed up yet. Just where we can for now. Just a couple of those. Go to game hour 9. Right, we have idols work and then idols relax. Been placing these down as we've done the houses, so that's why this one's mega complete. The one over there was mega complete. Go for a little bit more of the overall. So, well, what do we got here? We've got a little workshop. We want idols work. Sand, wall, digging, hammering. We got anything that needs hammering here? Okay, we should do some blowtorching. Let's like his hammer in there. Have someone brushing over there. Wrench horizontal. Is that going to work with that? Or is that going to be in the table? It'll be like one table design that this works with. Wrenching in there. Oh, they're both part of the same thing. Get rid of that then. We want welding low. We got lower. Thing over there. Wrenching there. Wrench vertical. Very good. Gonna be all the work in there. Have a couple of resting as well. And coffee. Put next to the post here, drinking coffee. Have handrails, push-ups, seating table. Eating noodles. Someone stood there eating noodles. Got someone sitting on the floor. We just got sitting down. Ground sit, there we go. Just sitting down, having a little rest. Oblivion this month or delay. I keep seeing posts on Reddit somewhere that everyone's like, it's going to be dropping tomorrow. Every day. Ideally, sooner is better than later, obviously. What are we on, the 19th? Are they going to be doing anything with the date? I know Bethesda like their special numbers for the release dates for things. I know this is a remake, so it's slightly different. But there is like when did the original come out? Is there an anniversary date? Is there any sort of numerical order of the dates between this month and the next, so they have a nice little number? Maybe maybe they'll release it on the 25th. So they can do like the states anywhere, 04, 25, 25 or something like that. Or 25, 04, 25. You know how they go. How they do stuff. Fish and ship, Cirky. Wow. Sit down there as well. Got a car wreck there. We want... I know it says berry gathering, but I think it's just like crouched animation and like sifting through. Have that there. Same with the weed picking. Couple of those dotted there. You heard of something between the 26th to 29th. Well, my uncle works at Nintendo. Whenever it does drop, I'll be streaming it straight away. So if I have something scheduled on said day and it like shadow drops, I'll just switch over and we'll do Oblivion. OG Oblivion was March 20th, so no. Okay. Get over here. Just load the tires. Nothing I can really do that at the moment. Let me throw a save and I'm going to work on this fence. I'm going to keep an eye on this settler right here and see what he does. Because I think it's just going to walk straight through that. And, like, I guess that means this fence has no hitbox. Wow. So what I think's happening is they're walking there, because obviously that's where the pathfinding is. They're walking into this continuously, and then they're just teleporting across. So, I need to open this up. It's what I ended up doing at Jamaica playing with moving the bus. Kind of sucks because I like this design. Oh, it's the whole wall. Oh, right. Time to rebuild this. Oh, I took everything. Ah. Oh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rebuild this fence completely. That kind of sucks. All the signage. Move this as well. Wow. Yeah, let's get rid of it. Yeah, let's get rid of all of that for now. Move that. Yeah, I mean, a little hole would have been fine, but that piece that we used for the fence was pretty much the whole of that area, so... I'll just rebuild it, it's fine, it won't take too long at all. Put that there for now. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about guard spots. I've got several of them dotted around. This is technically defense for the place. It's just chilling there, just guarding. Okay, so if we're now having this open, I technically don't need this pathway. So this can all go as well. So get rid of all of this. Yeah, we'll keep the car there. That's fine. How are we gonna want to do this then? Because I still want it internalized. I really don't just have to default to using the standard gate. I really don't like using that gate. Use. I'll probably block this bit off. Especially if I'm using this as a fence. Okay, let's have a look. What have we got in it over? Yeah, it was this piece. It's absolutely massive. We'll block off the path. Pretty much keep the road where they walk down anyway. Don't want any of that garbage. Be pretty much flush to these leaves. There. Down just a little bit. Where's Trash Can Calla's place? So Trash Can Calla defaults to the same area, does she not? I need to go and like speak to her so she actually starts coming here. I want to say she defaults to standing pretty much here. Like in between the two houses. So she'll just stand there. Alright, what do we got in the way of gates? I do really think we're going to be stuck with like some of the standard ones. Junk fence. I don't want to do concrete here. Security fence. We have a double security fence. Get a double security fence in. Would it be clean? But then that's like metal poles into concrete. Gonna make a place for her to sit and relax. I don't know if she does. I think she just stands there. Defaults between two sort of pre-placed markers. Lights a cigarette and then rips me off. Common one that's stuck into the ground. Doorways. What is this? Yeah. It needs to be big enough for Brahmin to get into. Or get through even. Fence ought to close. I may just have to use this one. I think it'll probably be the only settlement that we do use it on. Yeah, okay. Okay. I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's fine. Obviously, we have this one, but again, it's more industrial and concrete. It makes sense to do this in Jamaica Plain, where it's a big city style that we're going for, but just a little residential area. Just stick to the standard junk fences. I don't even know if we need a full fence here, or if we can just patch it. We need woods, miscellaneous. Do you reckon we could do it with just the wall boards? They look real rustic. Yeah, we'll just do it with the boards. That works. Okay, on the other side, I don't know what to think about the angle. I don't know, though. That actually works for me. Yeah, just patch it in like that. Just to block those little gaps. That side doesn't really matter all that much. And now they actually walk through it. It'd be good if there was a mod where we could actively see the NPC pathing when we enter settlement mode, even if it was a toggleable hotkey. So I could see where they're going to be walking. I don't know if that's a thing. I may look into that. I think I'm still going to keep the Sanctuary Hill sign sort of wrecked. Yeah, I think I'll still keep that wrecked. I don't think I'll have a sign this time that says Sanctuary Hills. I think I will just leave it as is. It's pretty obvious where we are. Purified water can go back here, though. Make sure that that doesn't hit it. Miles away. There is, and he posted it on Discord. When was that posted? Sorry. What do you mean by we? Let's patch this in. I think because we have the garden decoration down here, I'll patch this in with the appropriate fence. Which would be the wire fence. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to double it up. So we'll make it twice as high. Go with that. So 1, 2, 2. Get rid of these. There's that. 1, 2. 1, 2. And then a little blockade on that side. Just enough to stop people from going through. Definitely couldn't just knock that down. Yeah, that'd be great, Somball. I probably just missed that one. You know how it is. But yeah, that would be tremendously helpful. Because I've probably built a few things in a few of the locations where NPCs are going to be walking into the wall. This guy has been up here for the entire time that we've been here. You want to maybe get off the roof? Yep, keep going. I have no shadow in first person. Got the settlers to work, Todd, but they keep going on the roof. That's fine. Ship the game. Settler Sandbox expansion. All DLC compatible. Oh, I didn't realize that that would tell me where they moved. I thought that was just going to be making them move in new areas. Right, we'll check that out because I saw that, but I didn't put it on. Yeah, he's what's he tagged as? He's assigned to the shop. He should be in the shop over here. Thank you very much, Stumble. I'll check that out after the stream. Right, well, I guess considering we've had to redo that fence, let's fence up the parts of Sanctuary that need fencing in. So just little areas like this where people can actually get through. With CVC. Fence. I've got a good area for that long fence, so... That there. That bit's all fenced in. All technically fenced in. Closed all of this. We got this big open area. Now, the only issue using this is the ground is very... not flat. Whereas, this is indeed extremely flat. So maybe I don't use it here. We would have to... I guess if we did, I'd have to lower it, but... Get rid of those for now. Where would I even want the fence here then? Maybe, hey, maybe we'll bring the fence all the way in, you know. Maybe we should do it down there a little bit. Let's bring it all the way in. We'll have it flush against this house. You know, as much as possible. Odors here, howdy. I mean, if it's up on the roof, can you at least, like, fix it a little bit? We'll have it attached to this post. We'll bury it down as much as we can. I don't want to go too low on the roof. And I'll just patch this bit in here. Like so. Patch job in there like that. Follow that bit down just enough. Yeah, I'll keep the gate there. Back in. Playing Fallout right now. Nice. What ending are you going for? Which faction? Get these put back in afterwards. find it easy to get rid of them. Some of them I can't. Up there. It's probably the only settlement I found infuriating because that. Right, well, the gate realistically should be along where the path is, so we'll try and get that in. We need to move a couple of little bits. I mean, it's got to be modded, right? Modded a little. Dude. A mesh wall. I need to use this somewhere. Okay, so this side doesn't need to be a full gate. It can be one of the smaller ones. So, was it in CVC? Structures. Fences. Junk doorways. Where's that weird looking one? This one? Yeah. I think it goes a little too high. I'll make my own junk fence. We have the doorway there-ish. Maybe like there. Let me see. Pathway comes along here. We need it there, but I need it rotated about there. First time has to be vanilla. Well, yeah, your first time's always got to be vanilla. Everyone remembers their first time Zomble. The red outline in the settlement mode. The disgusting textures. Back to the other. Let it code up. You tell that's the same piece. Not really, no, that's fine then. Do that, and then we'll do a little patching. What's we got over? Got this big standard looking one. Can we utilize this? Make this to the same height as that. And then mesh it in there a little bit. How are we looking? That looks pretty good. I think the only thing we need on this side then is just a little patch. A wallboard. Just something to fill this little area in here. Maybe this. Maybe a little one of those. Get that in. There we go. Looking like a Gen Z. What are you talking about, something? What do you mean? Right, I think that's a nice simple little fence there. I've never brought the fence in like this before. It makes so much more sense. I usually try and get a fence going across here, and it's kind of hard. Be crapping on Fallout Vanilla graphics. I still stand by the statement that I kind of hate how everything seems a little sort of almost like it's made out of Play-Doh, plasticine. Specifically the characters. We try and find a settler. Everyone has sort of like plasticine faces. Now, I guess if we brought that wall all the way down here, that's technically too far. That's fine, we'll keep it separate. All this needs is a little column support beam. It's just I've not seen Starfield. Yeah, kind of the same with that, to be honest. Starfield ones were a little bit more polished, but so kind of, I don't know. Maybe like they're all made out of wax, but they're all kind of melted a little bit. I didn't think about that when it first dropped. No, I still had that opinion. Yeah, just put the end cap on that makes that look a billion times better. We have the turret for this area. Do we want a watchtower as well? We should get a watchtower as well. Guard post even. Standard looking ones. We've got the one that's raised. We can tuck that in next to this. Can't quite get rid of these though. Kind of a little floaty. Let me bring it down. It's in the ground. Okay, if we're stood on there, how much can you see? You're peeking over the edge, so lower that down. Much better. Looking over like that. It's a shame I can't move this this bush, but it's fine. We don't talk about Starfield. We can talk about Starfield. These are all fine. Let me go ahead and change the game hour. Bring that right in. But there's another little watchtower. Right, that's that bit patched in. Got all the hedges all the way around, blocking in the rest of that. Patched up the windows. Patched up the windows. I have a sneaky little entrance here. So I guess that's technically going to count as the gate to this side. This whole bit's, like, very open, though. So, what are we going to do with this? Also, the house over here has got a secret little garden with some ferns in and some moot fruits. That's obviously the pre-war garden. A little balcony here. So we're going to fence off anywhere. We're going to do so between these two houses. And we'll just take away a little bit of the fencing. And then probably between this house and that house, and we'll have a gate here so that we can get down to this area. Yeah, I've got no issues with talking about Starfield. I don't know what else I have to say about it. I thought the game was fine. I thought it was just a little bland. Blue wall. Want junk fence again. We'll do the tall ones. Probably to the height of the house. Bring it out. Bring it across. And then we'll loop that round so it joins to the other house. Then we technically got a little balcony that goes around the back of the house. Wasn't bad. I mean, what? On the stream at least, we played through it. Then I played through the majority of it again on New Game Plus. I've said before, I'd still be down for rechecking Starfield out again if there's some good mod packs, but I think at this point it's just let's grab these. Just kind of dead in the water. I know there's a few people working on mods for it, but get rid of those. Like, I know there's DLC for it. But I've no intention of playing it. Get this to sort of that angle. Read the guy who made Frost is still working on survival for it. I mean, I'd probably check that out. Having had both Dust and Frost being very much what I'm after. Go that way and that way. Yeah, I'd check that out for sure. A Doom mod for Starfield. I know that the only sort of big mod that I'd seen for it was a Star Wars one. We can technically just clip that into the house because it's one of those blocked off houses anyway, so put that in. Right, that's that bit fenced off. People working on this. I'll probably put a little block there so people don't fall down into it. There you go, get onto here, you can walk around. We don't need the same thing to happen across here. This can be a small fence. Especially because we're going to be sticking a doorway in, so let's work with the doorway first. Go from there. So, the doorway here, maybe a little lower. Don't snap to that, please. Have I got anything to patch that in? Maybe if we bring it back so it's more flush with the wall, I can do some wall boards. Raise up. Kind of a low fence. Yeah, I think it's high enough. Onto the barbed wire. We'll do one of those. This voice break, very good. Bring that across a little bit. A little bit more. Bring it in a little bit. Bring it in a little bit more. Okay. So we're going to be fencing to that. Let's take that off. I'm going to move this across one. To snap in properly. Oh no, wait, it does need to be there. Well. Yeah, I don't like that. Right, I'll need to make another platform down there while I get this fence in. Dune. We'll just rotate this. Move this in. It's flush. That'll do, and then I guess I can actually just put that back to where it was anyway. Yeah, that's plenty of space for them. Well, I didn't need to change that at all. You. Right, that's a save thrown. Very good. Right, what else do we need to do fence-wise then? I think that might be it. Let me have a look. Thinking about it. I have this come around here and it goes down here. And that's just a direct way in. So... Do I just keep this as a balcony? Because we've got a doorway down there now to get out. This was going to be my way out, but we have the doorway over there now, so... We'll just keep this as a little balcony then. Yeah, that works. We need to wall board over here. Hoping this will work. Go for the tall wall board. Yep, that works. Again, all doors and stuff like that I'll put on at the very end. Put a guard spot on it. It's not a bad shout. We could probably put a couple of placements in for guard spots here. Resources. Defense. Guard mats. Got one here that's lean back. Let's put the lean back one there. Good lean back against the wall. Just standard. Standing. Another standing. And then another standing there. Just probably the same guard that alternates between a few of them. Later, rookie. Ew. Fence round to there. That's all fenced in. We're gonna... Technically, we have a blockage here, so... This counts as a fence, but even if they get across that bit, we then... Back all around here. So we're fully fenced in. We go into the air and have a look. Here that we're working with. So, fence goes along here. There. All the way around. Around this area. And then back to here. So, a fairly sizable area. We'll have mentioned a little bit more of the way of decorational stuff over here. It's very plain. We need to put back in some of the bushes and trees that we took out. That's all I'm really going to do with this grassy area. Let's finish up today. We're getting some more of the NPC markers in. I guess this technically won't be a guard, but we'll have an NPC stood there below the flag. Again, Neil Hammer. Let's get some wrenching on the go here. One. Wrench. Vertical. Down here. Wrenching that. Several things down here. Picking these. Do the same with the berry gathering button. This fish animation. Stairwell. Let's relax stuff in here. Let's have someone standing there drinking coffee. Got a load of handrail ones. Will they work with this? A little Jake, let's pop you there. Maybe not at the bit that's like hanging over the edge. Yeah, that seems fine. Not particularly safe, but fine. This guy leaning over there. Some of the arm stuff might clip through a little bit. Too concerned. Press ups is fine. Bob is fine. Sitting on the grid. Gonna have someone here eating noodles behind the sign. Oh, can we go? It's right to the edge of the bridge. I don't know if I'll have any more this side. I think I've mentioned this before in several of the build streams, but I'll give a sneak peek to where one is here because I've shown it before already. There's a little Mirelurk thing here. There are In CVC, we have the faction figures that I've shown a couple of times. There's like several of these. I'm going to be putting all of these in probably every settlement in hidden spots for people to find. So when these get released, you're going to have to try and find them. But they'll be dotted around the settlements. Someone leaning against the wall there. Where's that warm hands? And warm standing. We'll just have the one fella. Yeah, like a little Easter egg sort of thing. I think one of each of them dotted around the settlement. If you can find them all. So I know I placed that one there before, but what I'll probably do is I'll wait until the settlement's pretty much done. Then I'll go around and place them around. This is getting pretty well done as well. We're still only on 5 people. I know that'll boost to like 9. 10 maybe when we get Preston and like, so that'll boost it on. Operations we want outside the shop. Sitting. Look wide. What do we got? Get that welding on the go. I have like welding down. Let's do some wrenching here. What do you mean, some more? Not enough beds, clearly. Yeah, I mean, could do with at least 3 more. There, do you want anything down here? It's fine to leave as is. Trading thing there, I think that's fine. Gate fellas down here. We could definitely do some stuff down here. But I need more decorational things in. General trader needs working on. This whole area is kind of nothing now. So, in the interest of utilizing the areas efficiently, I'll probably get some crops in here. Now that we're not actually walking down that way and it's very exposed. We have water in the garden. What I mean by zooming through an area and realizing that we can actually do some stuff with it. So, probably potatoes. Make sure that there's still a pathway down. You can always build robots if you need more settlers. I'm kind of tempted by... where is it? What's it called? What's the settlement called where Professor Goodfields is there? I want to say Sunny Delight Farms, but it's most definitely not that. But what I was getting at is that settlement at the moment is 50% crops and 50% robot production. So I think I might make that into my own sort of grey garden. Sunshine Tidings, that's it. Yeah, I might make that into my own grey garden. Whereas the other ones run by Mr. Handy's. I could do that one with all the same type of robot, maybe Protectrons or something. Yep, just a little strip of those down there. Probably some more razor grain because it takes up a lot of space. Yeah, just a bit of a razor grain. Soltrons would be better. I mean, each to their own. I don't really think you'd be getting any farming work done if that was the case, because I mean, I think you'd just be after the kernel. Keep the walkway clear so we can get to this. Razor grain there. We've got potatoes. We've got moot fruits. Yeah, I think that'll be fine for the crop set. I don't want to go overboard. I'll get some decorational stuff in there as well. Right, very good. Let me throw save. Alright, I think I'm going to leave it there for now for this episode. This was what, 50% Jamaica Plain, 50% Sanctuary, but both of these settlements are probably now my most developed. And so we're not too far off finishing them. Once I've got all the decorational stuff inside of the buildings, I think we might be pretty much close to having these done. So yeah, all in all, good progress between the two settlements. As usual, if you have enjoyed, do drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet already done so. Do check those links down in the video description if you're looking to support the channel. When that was said and done, I'll catch you all in the next episode. Thank you for watching.